So we have a weed eater, 4 3/4 Briggs lawnmower here. It's in pretty good condition, a little dirty. I got it. The person said that it broke, so we had to rectify that. Yeah, well, it is what it is. We'll have to put that back on. So when a person's yanking on that so many times it breaks the rope, I suppose it could just be a bad rope, but usually it means that the carburetor is probably going to be bad too, so we're not even going to take a risk. We're just going to do the carb anyway. That and this is all kinds of weird. It's been bent. So yeah, so let's go ahead and do that, and let's take this off. While the carburetor's in the cleaner, we'll take the top off and do the recoils. That's moldy. That's not even dirty. We're just going to throw that away immediately. Yeah, it's actually pretty clean. Okay. Hey, look! A present! I don't even know why you have this on there. There's nothing on here that requires this. At least nothing that comes directly to memory. Oh well, present. Now we're going to clamp that off. Let's put the oil first. I forgot to do that. Yeah, there's the one. Okay. Take our fuel pliers, fuel clamp pliers. This sometimes gets in your way. So we'll hold those for the crankcase vent. Fuel line pliers. And there was some gas that already did spill out, but that's okay. Yep. 3/8 on either side. Take those out. Pull down, pull forward, and there we have it. This gasket's broken, but we'll be replacing that anyway. Other than that, it's not too dirty. Let's take it over to the carburetor station and see what comes out of the bowl. Okay, 1/2 inch. Let's see what we have. Crack it open. It's a bad sign that even the jet is kind of gooey. Probably not good. Ew. Oh wow, it's like lawnmower coffee. Ew. Okay, well that's gonna need to be cleaned. At least the needle or the titanium pin comes out, and the needle. The seal's not too bad. Seat looks good. Okay, well, let's take it over to the ultrasonic cleaner. In here I have like a 25% mixture of pine sol and water. It smells like cleaning the floor every single day. And the float is floating. That's good. The plastic ones you never have to worry about, but there might be an occasional one. I put it on for 10 minutes. This is in Celsius. I've whatever 50 degrees Celsius is, like 120, 140. And okay, got the gasket off, got it cleaned out, blew it out with an air compressor. This bowl seal still seems pretty good. So let's go ahead, take the float, needle, make sure that's clean. Just kind of fits in that little tab. That goes inside. Make sure all this nonsense is off. Okay, now what we're going to do is I'm going to blow through here. Shouldn't hear anything with it like this, but then I'll lift it up and I should hear something. There we go. So what ends up happening is when it's like this, fuel fills the bowl and closes it. If you have a leak coming out of the center or the side of the bowl, it means that this is not making a good seal. So that's why I do that. It kind of saves you the hassle of wasting like a half a gallon of gas and having to take it apart a second time. There was also, just realized this, no gasket for the bowl nut. Well, that's not helpful at all. Is there one on this? No. Let's see. No. Let me do some looking. I'll be right back. So I have acquired an interesting selection of gaskets and random stuff. Oddly enough, it was not in there. I had to open up a carb kit. Got one. It just fits over there. And goes. Sometimes they get stuck on the bowl. I don't want to say that's the ideal scenario, but I was hoping that's what it was when I looked at it. And, if you notice, it's not gooey. There we go. Tight, but not too tight. It is aluminum. So, this is going to be known as the morning lawnmower. First, the morning coffee in the carburetor, then you have morning pee in the gas tank. So, that was disgusting. I don't even know how old that is. That's years old. The story of it ran last year, I call nonsense on that. Okay, let's go ahead and put this back on. Okay, carbs on. Let's do this. Let's see if we can do this without taking the actual tank off. Okay, I need my 3/8. I need an extension. Let's see here. Okay. First, the front. Then the back. And back again. There we go. There we go. 5/16 again on the one. Let's kind of lift up. Put it off. Okay, all hope. A little watery. Okay. Well, that ripped right out from the very bottom. Okay, well, so, because that broke, oh, it's pretty gooey. It kind of seems like the spring is broken. No, that's good. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. But we need to make sure this corresponds with back here. Okay. Now we take a pick or something small, shove it in there. About 7 feet of this line. Just goes in that little hole. Hopefully out the other side. Like that. And don't worry, I've done this many times. You will not have nearly as much luck as I do. So when it doesn't work out, just remember that's normal. There we go. Pull that tight. Good to go. Now we find the handle. There we go. Make sure to put it through the bottom. And maybe we could use our gift. Nope. It's not going to work on that one. You need... Okay, after some non-family oriented language, that works. So twist it again, pull it through. There we go. Done and done. Okay, now unless you want to look like you were in a bar fight, don't let this out without holding this string. And there we go. Now with all luck, dog should come out. There we go. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that. Let's put it back on. Fun part. There we go. Okay, now we do everything in reverse. That must be the short one. There we go. Oh, that's how that bends. Boom. Now, I don't tighten the first one down very much because the likelihood of the other ones matching are pretty slim. There we are. There we go. And there we go. Right here is where the cover actually screws into. They literally from the factory just drill into with a piece of plastic. So let's go ahead and do the same. Except I need to find some bolts here. Yeah, I need to find some screws, so I'll be right back. Okay, so this is worrisome. That should not be on there. This plate comes in a wide range of uses. It should actually be on this one. This plate sometimes moves, and these little holes are used for the throttle, for like a throttle cable. So what we're going to do is we're going to bend this one back where it should be. What you want it to be is where the spring is tight but not being engaged. Like that. Tight, well, maybe a little tighter, wouldn't hurt. But not engaged. A little bit less. Okay. That looks a lot better. This is, like I said, these sometimes will move, and but this one's welded into place. There's a weld blob there. This is welded, so this one obviously is not going to be. That's why you also have this. They would sometimes put a cable, and this is where it anchors, and then it would run and go ahead and take care of it. Well, it will just run. Okay, let's go ahead and put the cover on. I put the carburetor on too. I made sure to look inside the throat when I try to prime it and see if there's any fuel coming up through the emulsion tube. Right by the venturi of the carburetor, there's an emulsion tube. It's a brass tube. If you push the primer, you should see a little bit of fuel pull up or push up. If you don't, just stop there and redo it. If you do, you're probably on the right track. Okay. Trash. That looks good. That in there. Okay, I'm going to get this cleaned up, put down, and we'll see if it works. Okay, got it all done. I also put a new plug in it too. Did that off camera. Okay, going to give it a couple primes. 2, 3, 4, 5. See what happens. Cross your fingers. There you have it. I'm going to go ahead and clean it up, get some oil in it, and that should be about it. I'll probably change the blade off, sharpen the blade too. Okay, well, definitely subscribe, leave a comment below, tell me what you think about it, and I will catch you later. Have a good night.